Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com.
Sun go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same.
Okay, so what I decided to do, the last video I made I really liked. This might come out later on actually, but I ended up doing a really inspiring motivational piece on accident. It just kind of came out as usually it does towards the second half of the video. So I grabbed a little bit more in the second half of the video because I think it's really good. And for those of you who didn't hear it, I think it'll be really good for you to hear.
Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize.
Do you know why they're coming back? Because they are fucking desperate as fuck. They're not coming back to love you. They're not coming back because they care. That's such a load of shit, okay? So you're going to have to get over that. Move on. I promise you, if you do what I'm telling you to do, your self-respect, your self-esteem will go through the roof, and you will finally understand what it means to love yourself. This is what it means when people say you have to love yourself. It means you have to protect yourself. You have to love yourself enough to stand up for yourself. When you do that, something inside switches. You start to feel good about yourself again. You start to feel good about life again. You start to do things that you want to do. You start going out in public. You start going after your goals. You start going after your dreams, because there's this inner power that starts to come out. But first, you have to stand up for yourself. That's where it starts. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be that way towards people that you're close to, that you've known for a while, people that have proven to you that they have a good heart and that they understand to respect you and love you and honor you. The lesson the empath has to learn is not to be open to anyone and everyone every single moment of the day. No, you have to learn to pull out your sword, put on your armor, and be strong. Keep the barrier up to those people you don't know very well. Pay attention to people you just met. Get to know them. It takes time. And once you discover someone's a narcissist, give them the honey badger technique. Yep, armor up, shield up. You don't give a shit. Again, it doesn't mean you have to be this way towards people that you're close to, people that are loved ones, okay? So, one thing you've got to remember is narcissists are boundary busters. Their whole deal is, it's like, okay, here's the deal. Empaths are the complete opposite. It's like we both have a lesson to learn, but from the opposite side of the spectrum, the opposite side of the fence. Empaths, you need to learn to have fucking boundaries. You need to put boundaries up. Period. End of sentence. Narcissists are what we call boundary crashers. It's like they can't help it. They don't even know any better. Their whole thing is they want to crash through your boundaries and they want to control you. Honest to God, it's exactly like war. It's like you guys have your shields up. You've got your Great Wall of China up. So what are they going to do? They're going to bomb and bomb and bomb. And they're going to explode that Great Wall of China. That's what they're going to do. Now, if you don't have a boundary, they're like, oh, even better. Let me just walk on in. And if you think they're going to be nice, they're not. They're going to stab you. They're going to hurt you. They're going to destroy you. They're going to do everything they can. Their number one job is to destroy everything that you know who you are so they can make you into who they want you to be. And we've all agreed to say absolutely hell no to that, okay? So one of the reasons, something I realized this morning, I made a video about it a while back. It's like, I was trying to figure out, like, why is there a sudden surge of people commenting and coming to my channel and subscribing? You know what? I know I've said a bunch of things, but what I really think it is like this image. Like you want to live, you want to be alive, you want to go out there and live your life to the fullest. You want to enjoy life. You want to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. And you know what it is? You want to feel emotions again at the level that you used to feel them. You want to laugh. You want to smile. You want to feel joy. You want to cry. You want to burst out in tears. You want to live fully and completely. You want to feel. And you know what? That's why I'm here. That's what my life is about. That's why I think my videos are different than other narcissists. Because I think a lot of them are droning on about this is what they do. And I'm out here with my heart and my soul. I'm inspiring. I'm motivating. I'm saying, hey, get back up. Stand up. Start throwing some fists. Start fighting back. I went to a very, very expensive Tony Robbins seminar. It was about a 5.5 day, maybe 6 day seminar. It was way back in 92 or 91, maybe 93. And one day there was about 4 hours we set aside for this very specific thing. It was like, what is your purpose of life? So one thing is like, what is life to you? So to some people, life is a dance. Life is a vacation. Life is an art. Life is music. Life is ballet. Life is whatever. Okay, life. For some people, life sucks. Life, all these horrible negative things. And you look at them, their life does suck. So here's the cool thing about this. You get to choose what is life to you. I chose life as a vacation because I worked so goddamn hard my whole life that it was like everything was work. And then all of a sudden I started making money doing what I loved, starting to travel. People were paying me to fly out to Kansas, fly out to Washington, D.C., fly out to, all kinds of places, Arizona, et cetera, et cetera. And all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is really fun. And these people were paying me a ton of money. I was going everywhere. I was going to Hawaii. I mean, okay, I'm going to stop right there, but you get the point. And the funny thing is, like, I was walking away getting paid a ton of money. I'm like, I'm on San Diego beaches. I'm on Hawaiian beaches. Like, man, like, what? Like, it was unreal. And I love my work. And that one shift, life is, you need to decide. You need to consciously pick what is life to you. Okay? Right now, you're probably saying life sucks. Life is death. Life is dealing with narcissists. Life is, all these horrible things. What do you want it to be? What do you really want it to be? And remember, you can change it down the road. But right now, what is the next step? What do you want life to be? Just pick it. There's no right or wrong answer. The other thing we did was this, is we had to pick our purpose. Like, what is your purpose in life? And I thought, I don't know. And they're like, I might make a separate video, but one of the things people get mixed up with is what we call vehicles, okay? So you think, like, what's the perfect job? It's like, no, you can live your purpose in almost any job. And it was like, well, what do you do? Like, my whole thing, okay, in high school, 2 years in a row in wrestling, I won the, I think actually it was all 4 years. No, it wasn't 4 years. 3 years. I won the most inspirational trophy. It was this massive trophy, about big ball, had all these things signed. It was chrome. It was about, I think, 3.5 feet tall or something like. It was a big, heavy trophy. And I remember when I won it, it surprised me. And I looked at the coach. It's like, me? Like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know what the word inspiration meant. I'm not kidding. And you got to keep this trophy for 1 year until the next, after the end of the wrestling season when we had the banquet. So you had to bring it to the banquet and it was going to be given to the next person. And they already had their name engraved and they're going to put that plate on underneath the last person. And so here's the deal. I won it again. And I remember looking at the coaches like, what is this? Like, I didn't even understand what the hell I was taking home. So eventually I learned what the word meant, and I don't know if the coach brought this up, but there was a wrestling match. I was, I think, a junior, and we were going to this double meet where you wrestle the same team. So you wrestle like 4 or 5 teams one day, and then you wrestle them the next day. And we had wrestled this one team that was really good, and Steve was about 145 pounders, about 20 pounds lighter than me. And I think it was a sophomore. And I remember he didn't even warm up for his match. I'm like, yo, bro, you going to warm up for what? You're coming up like in 2 matches. And he goes, yeah, I don't care. I'm like, what's with the negative attitude? He goes, dude, he pinned me in like 30 seconds, dude. Or no, it was 1 minute. He goes, he pinned me like in 1 minute and I think it was just under a minute. And I'm like, Yeah, I know, I saw it. I go, so? He goes, well, dude, I can't beat the guy. I'm like, how do you know? I go, dude, he got one good move on you, dude. I go, how do you know you can't beat this guy? He goes, dude, he's a senior. He went to state last year. There's no fucking way I can beat this guy. So I pretty much got pissed off, and I said, you know what, dude? And I start yelling at him, trying to motivate him, and that wasn't working. And he started to cry, I think, if I remember right. I'm like, dude, what's going on? He goes, Mike, the guy's too good. He goes, I can't do anything against the guy. So Steve was intimidated. He was younger. It was only his second year wrestling. The other guy had been wrestling since he was like in 4th grade. I mean, there was a difference. I understood that. So then I said, okay, I tell you what, fine. So you didn't get past the 1 minute mark. And I think it was 30 seconds. It was under 30 seconds he got pinned because it was a really quick pin. And he was embarrassed is what it was. So I said, I tell you what, fine, let's do this. Why don't you see if you can get past 30 seconds? Don't give up. No matter what you do, fight your ass off for 30 seconds. You can do that. And just don't let him pin you. I don't care if he's got you on your back. I don't care if he's out pointing you. But just keep going and don't let him do it. Fight your ass off. And I said, you know what, dude? If you want to quit right then and there, just let him pin you. Walk off the mat. When the coach starts to yell at you, I'll stand between you two and I'll tell the coach what we agreed on. And all of a sudden a smile came over his face. He goes, are you serious? I go, I'm dead serious. I will literally yell at the coach and I will scream at him, okay? He goes, all right, man. So all of a sudden he's motivated. And then I said, you know what, Steve? He goes, what? I go, tell you what, if you get past 30 seconds, see if you can take it past 1 minute. That's all I want, just 1 fucking minute. And he goes, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it. And he's just like fired up and he's stretching, he's doing jump jacks, warming up. And the kid's fired up and I said, you know what, fuck it. If you get past 1 minute, see if you can fucking pin him. Just go balls to the wall, see if you can do it. So Steve gives me a high five, or we slapped hands or whatever, and they called him right when I said that. He runs out on the fucking mat. Now all the other coaches, the reason why I was talking to Steve, because the coach's like, hey man, Steve's like really bummed out, can you do something? And they're looking at me like, what the fuck did you just do? And Steve's out there like he is fucking mean, he is aggressive, he's looking at this dude like, I'm gonna take you the fuck down. Steve takes the guy down and pins him in under 30 seconds. Steve actually won the award for the quickest pin of the tournament. I don't remember exactly if it was 20 seconds or 19, but it was a quick pin. So Tony Robbins is sitting there saying, look, don't get your vehicle mixed up with your purpose. Your purpose you can apply to many different areas. And he was explaining how motivation could be applied to being an ambulance driver or a paramedic, or it could be used for being a football coach or a baseball coach, or it could be used for helping elderly people, take that one step, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought, okay, so I understood the purpose. You can plug into different vehicles, okay? It doesn't have to be, because the confusion I got is like, well, what is the one job that I need to do, right? And something Tony said, I think I read it in 2 books that were about the same thing. One is, I could do anything if I only knew what it was. The other one is called Witchcraft, How to Get What You Really Want, okay? So by Barbara Sher. Well, both of them were by Barbara Sher. So the first one was, I could do anything if I only knew what it was. And the next one's called Witchcraft, How to Get What You Really Want, okay, by Barbara Sher, S-H-E-R. And the one thing that they all said, I don't remember if it was in both the books, but I definitely remember one of them said it, maybe 2. But it's something that you do every day and you don't even know you're doing it. It's something you do at your job. You could be a cashier, you could be taking care of kids, you could be just having a conversation with something. It's something that you do all the time and you don't even realize that you're doing it. So here I'm at a Tony Robbins seminar, remembering what I did for Steve. His name was Steve Rodriguez, and the wrestling tournament. And it hit me like, I'm always doing that on the football field. It could be on art class, music. It could be just some kid in high school who just was, insecure and whatever. And here I am motivating, like, dude, you could do it. Get in the gym. You would not believe how many people's lives, people who've never lifted weights, who've never done a sport, after having one conversation with me, they come back a year later. I'm like, holy shit. They're like, yeah, dude. Remember, I couldn't even bench 100 pounds. Now I'm benching 250. Now I'm on the football team, or now I'm studying jiu-jitsu, or blah, blah, blah. And I've won 2 tournaments. Someone who has been pushed around their whole life. So then Tony had us write a couple sentences down up to a paragraph, and it was like, what is your purpose? And it's just like, it came to me, and it was like, my purpose is to motivate people. Okay. And then Tony says it has to be for yourself and others. It can't be just giving. You've got to do it to yourself also. So the purpose of my life is to motivate myself and others to believe, dream, and be alive with passion, power, and excitement. In a million years, I never in a million years would I have thought that I would be coaching people on narcissist abuse, inspiring them to get out of the darkness, because I know exactly what it's like when you're down in that dark place. You just feel like, especially for me, it was like, what happened to me? Like, I was this really inspiring person. I was living life. I was going 100 miles an hour. I was eating food. I was going to restaurants. I was traveling. I was inspiring people. I was coaching. It's like I felt like I was in this dark place. It's like, well, what happened? I honestly, there was a point, and I don't mean for a day or two or a moment. I mean for 2 years about, I didn't think I was ever going to get back up. I'm a professionally trained life coach, personal development coach, NLP trainer. That's neuro-linguistic programming, a very powerful form of psychology and healing art. I'm also trained as a master practitioner in timeline therapy. I'm a master practitioner of Ericksonian hypnosis, Reiki, Huna, pranic healing, and a lot more. If you need help, get a hold of me, and I will change your life.
I'm just sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay.
God bless you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, click subscribe, click the like button, make a comment, and if you want to make a donation, there's a PayPal link right below here in the description box, okay? Hey, go to my website at mikecolleen.com. It helps give views over there, and it'll help me to understand who's actually listening. All right, guys. Peace.